Okay, so behind us is the park we live in, and behind the park is this fence. And this fence goes to the trails that are just here in the little park behind our, the little natural park here behind our trailer park. And it just heads back up into meet up with several different trailheads. But today we're gonna head over and try to find some particular flowers that we want to harvest and just go for a nice hike and show you guys some of the beautiful nature surrounding the little area that we live in and some of these beautiful blooms. There's this wicked little field of poppies that we saw the other day. I want to show you guys. So if you're curious, come along. We're going to harvest a couple flowers and just kind of give you guys an idea of what it's like walking in the hills here in Spain behind the park that we live in. So what are these flowers?
So these white ones are called rock rose, and I will be harvesting some of those later. And these purple ones back here are lavender, and they're a special type called Spanish lavender. And they are, you can spot them because they have these beautiful petals up at the top that are unique to the Spanish lavender species.
These flowers that she just showed you are growing very densely in certain spots along this path. Actually, there's a really dense spot back there we'll show you here after a bit. But look at this beautiful view of the beach from up here. As you head up on this trail, you start to get quite the gorgeous view of the sea. There's a very beautiful viewpoint of the sea from this point on the trail here. As you can see quite a ways. So that's Calella there, and then Pineda de Mar, Santa Susana, and I'm not sure what you can see past that, but sure is a very beautiful viewpoint. That white flower that I was showing you was a rock rose flower. There's actually a different species here. This one's, is this considered pink?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it pink because I don't know for sure.
And why are you harvesting this?
So it is really high in polyphenols. So it's really good in fighting free radicals, and so it helps in cancer prevention. It also has a whole slew of things that it does: anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to harvest it. It's a beautiful flower. As you can see here, it reminds me of like tissue paper.
Yeah,
but the petals are very fragile, and they actually only last for a day or two. So I'm not gonna harvest them for their beauty and make like a table display or something, which would be lovely, but I'm not gonna do that because by the time I get it home, they're all just gonna fall off and be a waste. But you can see here that I'm also collecting some seed pods. So these are seed pods that have already opened. So I'm just trying to find ones that have closed, because this plant is so good and with no maintenance. They say after the first year you don't have to water it, you don't have to feed it, you don't have to prune it, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can see it's just kind of growing everywhere right here. It's all on this property.
Right.
So we're basically gonna get some seeds, see if we can grow it, and then make like a tea or something?
Right, exactly. We're gonna make a tea and see what that tastes like.
It gets really nice and quiet as you come away from that highway. That first bit of that trail kind of runs parallel just briefly next to that highway. But once you get past that part, it really does get quiet. This is a really neat part of this trail. There's just a bunch of farmland, and this is actually all strawberries. I don't think you can see those ones up there, and these ones here look to have all been picked, but it's pretty neat. Rachel actually just saw this like foam type stuff around these flowers. I think it's like some type of eggs or something. Pretty neat.
It's gotta be.
Right?
No, it looks like spit.
Yeah, it looks like foamy spit or something, huh? But I think in there is like some type of egg. But we're gonna head down here. I'm actually trying to find this particular poppy field we saw the other day. It was insane. I guess it would be considered like a super bloom type thing. But we're gonna head and try to find it again right now. There's a couple of different types of poppies here. You can see these purple ones and then those red ones there in the background. These purple ones are much taller than the red ones. And they're, I guess the petals and stuff are larger in general too, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like, and there's like more of the petals. It seems hardier, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Just look at all these red poppies. There's definitely not as many of the purple ones, is there?
No, there's not, and I don't know
what the deal is, right? Yeah, you can see that there, how much larger the purple ones are.
Right.
Just look at this beautiful Spanish countryside. There's a couple of really neat places. I don't know if that's an old type of farm building there or something, but it looks like it's fairly large and certainly is beautiful country in here. This really is a little awesome patch of land here. There's just so many flowers. We found a third type of poppy. We have not seen this darker purple one. Usually the one we see is a lighter purple, kind of like that one there, I guess.
And I am harvesting some seed pods. I'm not harvesting many, but this is what poppy seed pod looks like.
When it's ready, huh?
Right, when it's ready. When it's not ready, is here, look. Ready in my hand, or not ready in my hand, that one's still got to go through a bloom. Ready with seeds in it, so it would just have to be dried out and safe for planting.
This is very beautiful right here. I wish you guys could hear all the pollinators. Can you hear that humming?
I can. It's lovely. It's a good sound to hear.
Yeah, it's certainly a beautiful little field of flowers here. I don't know the particular name of this succulent, but this little patch of purple flowers is... there's actually two different types of purple succulents in here. There's these ones, and those ones come off of this type of succulent. And then there's these purple ones that are on this particular type of succulent. They're very beautiful though. We actually have a much smaller, younger version of that flower potted, this particular smaller one potted at our house. There's quite a few bees on there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful. I can actually smell that pretty good standing this close to it.
I can too. I don't know if what I'm smelling, there's alyssum here.
Right, because there's a lot of flowers right here.
Is it this purple, one of the purple ones? I don't know, but it's lovely.
There's that like farmhouse thing I was talking about there. It's really quite lovely. This field of poppies that's insane is just right here. Here's actually a bit of what we think we found is some wild lilac.
I'm pretty sure it's lilac.
It smells very good.
It smells like heaven. It's so delicious. So I'm going to take a cutting, and to do that, so when you transplant a cutting or try to propagate, you need green stalks like that, not woody stalks like this. So I just cut the whole thing off so that I could
have a bit for the walk back.
Right, and if you're cutting off just a little bit from a plant too, it's only going to help the plant. I'm not cutting back too much. It'll regrow. It'll grow stronger. That's why we prune things. So there we'll have some lilac.
Hopefully. We hope we'll have some lilac. Look at that succulent there.
Oh, wow. That's a totally different one hidden in there.
Yeah, that's cool. But this poppy field is right here.
You guys see this.
It's so freaking crazy. We actually went this way thinking it was a path, and it goes to someone's driveway. I think this is a lovely view under this little tree here. It's like a little window. But it's insane. I think there's only purple and red in here, I think.
It looks like it.
But look at that. So many poppies. This is like probably the densest flower bloom I've ever seen.
For me personally, yes.
Right? Walk up here a bit and I'll show you back down this way. So I don't want to go too much further because it's someone's driveway there, but look at this is a pretty decent stretch. There's Rachel back there. How beautiful is that? And there's these like we've been calling them they look like a wild sweet pea or something. But what a beautiful field, huh? It's a fairly large tunnel here. I guess this is where like a natural body of water would have ran through here, and so they've created the ability for the water to still run through. And just there is the trail we just came down off of. But watch this, this is really neat. It's kind of like a hidden path. If you've ever seen the movie Labyrinth, it's when she's trying to go to the castle and there's that exit, right? She doesn't even see it. See, look at it.
Don't go that way.
Cool, huh? little hidden section of this trail here. Kind of just branches off and then heads up a bit. This part's kind of a pain in the butt because it gets a little steep, but you can see, as I was saying just a second ago, there's a bit of arid type of plants, some cacti and things of that nature in here. How beautiful is this scene? We've got this lovely pine forest with, you know, kind of like some very arid plants in here too, huh?
Very, yeah.
Then you've just got this little sailboat out here on the sea. So you've got a little sailboat out there, and then you've got the Torrettas there. That building there on the left is actually a little tower. I believe they were just used for like signaling and things in times of war, I guess you could say. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But just a lovely view as we're coming back down off the trail. We're actually going to head to just about where those Torrettas are. There's a nice patch of that rose. What is it?
Rock rose and lavender.
And lavender there. And that's just about at the end of the trail for us. So we're going to grab some lavender there so it'll be cut nice and fresh. But I'll show you actually that little patch of flowers there too. It's very lovely as well. We stopped here. There's a beautiful view. I'm actually going to go up to those Torrettas in a second and show you the view from this little platform. But there's the towns there. But this is this patch I was wanting to show you of this rock rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
The white one. So this is the pink one we stopped and got. And then there's just a ton of wild lavender here, as you can see. So why are you harvesting the lavender?
So I'm going to make eye pillows with them. So I'm going to make little sacks, rectangle sacks, that I'm going to put the dried lavender into with some rice, and they're a weighted aromatherapy like eye cover for helping you relax and get to sleep.
Nice. So that's the second reason for our harvest today. The first one was that rock rose. We're going to try to make a tea out of it, and then this lavender, she's going to do the little eye pillow, as she was saying. But just a very beautiful scene up here, and if you're interested, we're going to head up here and check out this scene before we head up off this trail. We're going to head up over here and check out this view. So I won't go into too much detail about these Torrettas, but I wanted to show you them real quick. And actually there's a cool platform here I'm going to go stand on and show you guys a view. I'll have to do another video in detail about these Torrettas and get a couple of the other ones. There's actually one just back in the other town of San Paul. So here's a very beautiful view of our very lovely long beach that's not very touristed right now. And in fact, for a Sunday, I'd say it's pretty empty, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And then there's the lighthouse again. And then here's just another view of the sea. If you head that way along the coast, you'll hit Barcelona eventually. I believe it's possibly the farthest silhouettes that we see there now. But that's the end of our hike for today. We're actually going to head down now and get cooled off and get some lunch because I'm starving. How about you?
I'm pretty hungry.
But thanks for coming along on our journey and seeing a bit of the views of the sea from up in the hills and the blooms and a bit of nature. This is basically something we do on a day when we are feeling a little lazy and we think we should go get a little exercise. We'll just head out the back of the fence there and get a little hike in. So I hope you enjoyed coming along, you guys. Stay safe and stay sane out there.